Good morning, YouTube. So this is the basics for chasing down a low brake pedal in your vehicle. So one, you need to get the wheels off and identify if there's any fluid leaks from any four corners of the vehicle or out of the brake lines. It's very important. Make sure there's no fluid in the wheel cylinder piston cups or the caliper boots. Make sure all the sliders on the calipers move back and forth. The brake pads aren't stuck in the bridges. Or the back brake shoes out of adjustment. Does the parking brake work? Once you eliminated all those things, okay, what do you do next? Next is what you're gonna do is perform a hydraulic line clamp test. And some of these you can get at Harbor Freight. I have a bunch of different versions. These ones work, but they're not as good as, let's see if I can find them. Because nobody puts anything back here. Stay with me, stay with me. This is when I like to lose my mind and say, hey guys, why can't you just put my tools back after you use them? It usually isn't me. Here we go. Excuse me. There's a couple different variations. These work best because you can really pinch the hose off with these line clamps. So if you have 4 brake hoses, you want to go to the brake hose and line clamp them all the way off. Also, you want to make sure there's no air in the system before you perform this if you think there was air introduced into it. So let me back that up. If the bleeders don't open, you got some work ahead of you. So once you get all the line clamps on your brake hoses, some cars have 4, some cars have 5, some cars have 6. They all have to be clamped off. And then you're going to get in the car and you're going to hit the brake pedal. If the brake pedal does not move, like it's stuck, just like you know, like this. You can't move it. That indicates that it's working, but hold your foot on it and see if there's any gradual movement down. If there is, that's an internal bypass somewhere in the system. If you have a 4-wall ABS system, it could be bypassing in there. It could be bypassing in your RABS valve or your combination valve. And most particularly, and very common, would be internal bypass in the master cylinder. So you really need to get to that point to say, okay, what's going on now? I verified everything's good at the wheels. I verified that there's no air in the system. And now you're at the line clamp test. And if the brake pedal does not move, you got a hydraulic system that seems to be correct. It means you may have missed something at the wheels. Or you have another problem in the ABS unit someplace else that you may not be sure of. And I've only seen that a few times where on Fords, for some reason or another, the ABS unit just bypasses fluid. And it's just crazy, but that's what we come across. And then, like I said, you gotta make sure there's no fluid leaks, because if you got a fluid leak, all right, and the line's high and the system's low, sometimes you don't see that little teeny tiny leak because it's over top the gas tank or buried in the frame rail. So, you know, a good visual inspection and a good mechanical inspection of the braking system will lead you up to a hydraulic line clamp test, and that usually will tell you where you're going after that. Got any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.